So guys, welcome back to my channel. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell guys, so when a video is dropped you are the first to know. All right, remember to tell a friend, share the broadcast, sharing is caring. It wouldn't hurt for you to share guys. And for my beautiful subscriber, thank you so much for the support. Well, tonight guys, our topical discussion is in regards to forgiveness. What is forgiveness? What it takes for us to forgive, right? And why do we have to forgive? So let's first start off with what is forgiveness. So forgiveness in general is a conscious, deliberate decision which helps us to release the feeling of resentment or vengeance towards a person or a group. Okay? Forgiveness is also about goodness, about extending mercy to those who have harmed us. Right? It is also a act that when somebody offends you, you might always be, up in your feelings, but then when you come, your subconscious level kicks in and you realize that, you know what, in order for you to move past this thing, you have to forgive, right? So in life guys, we have to forgive. I'm not saying that you are to forget, but you have to forgive in order for you to move forward, to progress, for positivity, positive energy to come towards you. You have to forgive, you have to release yourself, you have to set yourself free. If you are not able to do those things guys, that is going to continue to plague you. Whatever happened, whatever the situation was, whether it was an argument, whether you were falsely accused, remember somebody offended you or victimized you or something, but you have to forgive and you have to let it go, release it from your system. And when you're forgiving, you have to do it with a willing heart, and you have to make that decision. Nobody can make it but only you, right? I know sometimes it's very, very hard for us to forgive, right? Because the way it hurt us so deeply. But guys, life is too short. We cannot stuck on negativity, and we cannot stuck on the past, what happened. We have to correct that. We have to go back and look at the drawing board and say, you know what, if you could have changed things in certain way, or you could do things differently, this would not have happened. Or but you have to make that effort in order for you to be free, in order for you to heal. You have to forgive and let it go. Forgive and let it go. I'm not saying that when you forgive you're gonna go back, whether if the person might have cuss you out, or per se the person hurt your feelings, offend you, or whatever the situation is. I'm not saying that you should jump back and be friend with that individual, but you have to let it go and you have to forgive with a willing heart guys. You have to forgive with a willing heart, because if you are not doing it the right and proper way, you still have not forgive, you still have not release it and let it go from your system. Okay, so that's basically what forgiveness is, right? It is deciding to live. Is either you're gonna live with the pain, or just the consequences, you understand me, is either you're gonna live with it, or you're gonna tell yourself, so you know what, I'm gonna let it go, I'm gonna release it, I'm gonna set myself free, right? So you have to forgive. You cannot buckle up and carry those things with you, because once you carry those things with you, you cannot move on, and you're gonna continue keep playing the same thing over and over in your head. You understand me? And you sometimes, whatever the person might do to you, You might look at it and say, oh, somebody else I would do the same. No, you cannot look at life like that. You cannot look at life in that case. Sometimes you have to give the benefit of the doubt, but you have to learn to forgive. You have to forgive and let go of the past, let go of for revenge, because some people like for revenge, you know. Some people, you know, if somebody kick you, you don't want to kick them back, right? But sometimes you gotta just let it go. Let it go. It doesn't worth it. To be honest and to be frank, it does not worth it. Understand? So it's voluntary internal process of letting go of feelings and thoughts of resentment, bitterness. You understand me? Life too short to be bitter. Life is too short to be stuck on stupidness. You understand me? Because when you stuck on stupidness and it keep a haunt you and keep a replay, how you gonna move on? How you gonna move forward? You can never move forward with all these things are plague you. You have to release it from yourself. Release it. And when you're doing it, do it willingly. Not just do it or say it. Say you forgive, but deep in your heart, you still not forgive the person. Forgive. You understand what I say? So you have to let it go. Set yourself free. Let it go from your system, right? So it's despite what he or she has done to you. What is forgiveness in relationship, right? To relation to salvation, right? You, like I said, you have to release yourself. Set yourself free. Set yourself free. Until you learn to forgive, you are free indeed. You understand me? I know some of you not gonna agree with what I am saying, but always remember, I am saying based on my opinion. We both don't have the same opinion, we don't have the same belief, but at least we know what it is to forgive. Forgiveness is an act of kindness towards someone. You understand me? It is a decision, a choice that we have to come to terms with and put whatever differences to the side and learn to forgive. Let it go. Release it. Set yourself free. Don't burden down yourself. Not carrying a load upon your shoulder. Sometimes you notice when you forgive, you just feel like a heavy load just come off of you, right? I don't know if you can differentiate, but you know, with your experience. But when you let go, let it go, guys. Life is too short. We don't know today and we don't know tomorrow. You understand me? Sometimes when we look back, we upset our mother about stupid things or simple little things where not even should even cause us to feel bitter, to feel hurt because of we didn't deal with it. Sometimes some simple little thing, you know, because we never deal with it on a good terms. And then the thing, because sometimes some are we sensitive and we react very, very fast. React very fast. You understand me? So don't hold on to nothing, guys, especially when it's stupidness, especially when it is negativity. Let go. Stop holding on to grudge. We cannot hold on to grudges or seek revenge. We are to trust in God. Trust in Him. Because in God, you understand me, all things are possible. And that's where your justice comes from, right? So when we forgive, the person or whom offend us, I'm pretty sure we'll feel much better. Deep down and within, we will feel much better within ourselves, right? So like I said, forgiveness, and as you can look in the Bible as well, what does the biblical forgiveness mean? It means believers are considered to clean yourself, release yourself. You understand? And what should our attitudes towards others that have hurt us, what should that be? And I'm pretty sure there are some people as Christians not supposed to carry no bad feelings towards people, because them should be the light. Them should able to know the right. You understand me? The right from the wrong. And as the Bible always says, there is actually two types of forgiveness, right? Two types of forgiveness in the Bible. One is when God pardons our sins and our obligation to pardon others. You understand? Which is important, that our eternal destiny depends on it. So you can't say you're a child of God and you still carry up hurt and revenge and all these hatred and all these type of things within yourself. There's no eternal life. That's so you not walk right. Because the Bible corrects us, and it's understood as God promised not to count our sins against others or against us. In the Bible, forgiveness says it requires as repentance. So it's a reflection of our experience and understanding. So one, you experience something, and then you have to come to terms, you have to understand it. You have to understand why it happened. So therefore, again, you go back where you have to assess and analyze the situation from the beginning to the end. And then you have to make that decision within you. It's either you're going to forgive the person, or you're going to still stay bitter, or you're going to want to take revenge. But if you're going to forgive somebody, it doesn't come with revenge. It doesn't come with bitterness. It comes with an act of kindness where you are able to analyze, you are able to come to terms in which you accept what happened, but yet, then again, you have to learn to forgive in order for you to move forward and to move forward and let go, release yourself and move on. It's an act of human kindness when you forgive. You understand me? So beautiful people, we have to start to look at life and look at certain scenarios differently, right? In life. And I'm not going to tell anyone that if somebody do them something, them fee. It depends though on the situation, like I said, but I cannot tell you what to do. I am just able to bring across a point in which what it is and what it takes for us to forgive. We're forgiving. We cannot hold on to grudges. We cannot hold on to past. We cannot hold on to revenge. You understand? We cannot. If we're forgiving somebody, we have to let go all those things. We have to first forgive ourselves, and then we have to forgive that individual. Forgive the person who offends you or harm you, whatever it is. You understand, beautiful people? You don't have to agree with what I am saying. You have to be willing. You have to do it willingly. Willingly, without force. Nobody can force you to do what you don't want to do. You're letting it go. You are burying it, burying the hatchet. We talk so much about forgiveness. We throw on so many slangs, and yet it seems that we all have radically different ideas about what it actually means. We want to know how to forgive, and yet it can be very hard to achieve and to practice. Some of that we don't really understand, because sometimes we say we forgive, but we don't, because we don't understand what it takes, what it is to forgive. It is easy said and done. You forgive the person, but yet you still hold that grudge up inside of you. It is said that if forgiveness benefits one, we are forgiven. Then that's an added benefit, a gift, but not really the point. And yet, one of the obstacles we face in forgiving someone we perceive as having done us harm is not wishing them well. You hear what I said? Because you have that vengeance still up inside of you. So your thought to that individual is no good. And you are just as bad as that individual. You want them to suffer just the way how they make you suffer. But the Bible said, do not render evil for evil. Leave it in God's hands. I'm a person like this. I don't render evil for evil. And I don't hold people up in my heart. I forgive and let go. I am not going to say I'm still going to be 100% friends with that individual, but my prayer and my wish is forgiveness for that individual that offend me, hurt me, or harm me. I am not going to render evil for evil, because when I pray, I know who I pray to, and I leave it in his hands to take care of it. So release yourself, beautiful people. Release yourself, set yourself free. Forgive and move on. If you see you can able to work it out, you work it out. With that individual, you work it out. But if you see it's beyond that, you cannot work it out, you just want to forgive and move forward, let go, let bygones be bygones, you do so. It's the idea that yourself or the other person will somehow feel better as a result of our forgiveness is challenging precisely that we want to prevent, right? But we have to forgive, guys. You might not see it my way, but you have to let yourself, set yourself free. Set yourself free and move on, move forth. Wish the person well and let it go. It doesn't matter who started, it doesn't matter who do who, or whatever it is. Release it from your system. Forgive them and move forward. That's your greatest gift towards them. Forgiveness. Some people, they say, you know what? If we forgive the person, the other person might think we're okay, right? Don't think that way. It is fine. You made that decision and you made that choice. If you don't want to make that decision and that choice, leave it alone. The decision is up to you at the end of the day. You have to make that choice yourself if you want to forgive or you want to still stuck in the past and be haunted by the past. So beautiful people, I hope at some point you're understanding what I am trying to say here in terms of forgiveness, the word forgiveness. Our perception is that forgiveness is to forgive whatever happened. It is no more, it's no longer a part of you. Because that burden is no longer a part of you when you let it go. When you make the decision to forgive and remove it, release it from you. It's not a part of you. Because you are carrying this vengeance, this hurt. It becomes so much a part of you. That's why it keep playing you. You understand? So once we release that from us, it's no longer a part of us because we made that choice and that decision to forgive. But we have to learn how to forgive. Because like I said, the word forgive is said, it's easily said. But are we being true to ourselves that we forgive? Are we being honest that we forgive? So we have to be honest to ourselves. Your life cannot pick up where it left off, because you let go whatever. You lose yourself. So as them always say, life cannot pick up where you left off. You feel the way you did before, as if what happened, it never happened. Because you let it go. It is no longer a part of you. You no longer believe the other person was responsible for causing the harm. You excuse the other person's behavior. You no longer view what happened as important to you. You share the blame for what happened. You can ever forgive whatever happened. So the way we view forgiveness in many ways is flawed. We say forgive and forget. But when we forgive, we don't forget. So you can forgive. I mean, not tell you forget what the person did to you. It builds you up. You learn. It's a lesson learned. Sometimes what people do makes you stronger. It builds you. So if anything you see you come your way again, you're able to ride over the hurdle, the storm, because you already been through it. Because you see sometimes you see certain things, the red flag, you say, irks. Now go back down the road, eh? Right? So forgetting is by no means an inherent part of forgiving. Nor should it be. So too, right? We refer to forgiveness as burying the hatchet. But when we bury the hatchet, right? The hatchet is still there, just under a bench of dirt, or we could say a bunch of denial. There you go again. You understand what that just said to you? What me this say to you? You have to be true to yourself. So you forgive that individual. Because saying the word forgiveness is easy said and done, but you might not still forgive the person. You still have that bitterness there up inside of you. That's what I say. So if you want me to read it over again so you can understand what I said to you, we'll read it over again for you. So forgetting is by no means, right, an inherent part of forgiveness, nor should it be. So too, we refer to forgiveness as burying the hatchet, right? But when we say the word bury the hatchet is still there, just under a bunch of dirt. Or we could say a bunch of denials. So wait, I tell you, say, you have to be right with yourself. You have to make that choice and that decision to forgive. You have to be true to yourself. If you're not true to yourself, there's no way you can forgive. You still have it inside of you. You're in a denial with yourself. You said that you use the word forgive, but yet you don't forgive. So that's what I tell you. You understand? Buried or not, we still need to find peace. You understand? We have to encourage ourselves and others to just let it go. Forgiveness is no small affair, and we cannot rationalize, intellectualize, manipulate, or bully ourselves into feeling it. What that mean? Nobody now force you. You have to make that decision yourself. You have made that choice to forgive. Nobody now force you. Nobody not supposed to force nobody to forgive. Allow the person to forgive on them own. Allow the person to think things through, and if they feel the need or the urge to forgive, they will forgive. So it shouldn't be a force of action. One should take action for their own account. One should have that sense of urge to say, okay, I look into the situation and this is what I think could have happened, and this is what I think how I could have dealt with the situation. You understand me? So you're accepting it. You're accepting the error. You're accepting whatever happened. But then you have to come to the terms with it and say to yourself, okay, I understand. I have accepted. It happened and done already. I was hurt. I was bittered. I was saddened by whatever happened. But now it's time for me to release it from my system, to free myself, to be at peace. You understand? And as said before, you can forgive, but nobody's telling you not to forget what happened to you. Life is a learning lesson. Life is a process. We learn each and every day. We learn, we live, we learn. We have to come to the terms with things, and then we have to figure out how are we going to get around it, how we gonna fix it. You understand me? If Mary was my friend, I'm gonna use an example. If Mary was my friend and per se, you know what, me tell Mary something very personal or confidential, and Mary go and tell Josephine about it, and then Josephine tell it to Susan, and then Susan start to spread it. Yes, me go feel hurt because I feel like my private, everybody know my private affairs. You understand me? Yes, me go feel hurt by it. Yes, me go feel offended by it. Yes, me go feel like me can't trust that individual when me did tell it to. You understand me? But what me I go do is forgive her. But then, yet again, she would not be hearing anything personal or confidential about my private affairs anymore. So you see, in terms what I'm saying, you can forgive and move on. But then you learn. It's a lesson learned. You know, next time you don't say it. You keep it to yourself. So we have to let go from the past. We have to stop holding on to things that no longer serves us any purpose. We have to let go of people from our past. We have to let go of things that happened from our past. It serves us no purpose anymore. You're gonna die with it up in your heart. You're gonna die with the person up in your heart. Life too short. Let go. Learn, lesson learn. Some things are simple. Some things are easy to talk about. And you forgive and make up back and move forward. Some things you can't forget because them so detrimental, them so painful, that it's so hurting, but yet you gotta forgive. You won't forget, but you have to forgive and move on. It's a part of willingness. You have to be willing to forgive. Nobody can force you. Nobody can bully you into what you don't want to do. You have to make that choice of willingness to drop whatever the circumstances or the situation, what lies, what injustice that took place. You have to learn to forgive and let go. You understand, beautiful people? You have to release it. Let go of past things that happened from the past. Those things no longer serve us any purpose. What is to be will be. The choice is ours. The decision is ours. No one can make it for us. No one can force us in doing something that we don't want to do. It is good to forgive. It is good to release yourself, set yourself free, be at peace. No one's perfect. It's a decision to let the past be. Let the past stay in the past. You hear them say? Forgiveness means that we stop the shoulda, coulda, excuse me. Forgiveness means that we stop saying we shoulda, we coulda, woulda been. You understand me? All those things. We stop saying. Me shoulda do this back to her, you know. Me coulda kick her back, you know. Me coulda thump her back, you know. No. Let it go. Be at peace. Be at rest. It happened already. It is the past. So let us move on, guys, and look forward to the future. Release ourselves. Be at peace. We learn. Lesson learned. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell a friend, share the channel, guys, share the channel. Like I said, I come on here with nothing but positivity, positive vibes, positive energy, and this is my topic for today, which is forgiveness. What is forgiveness? What it takes to forgive? We have to be willingly to do so. You ever hear spirit in the Bible? Them say salvation is free. It's an act of openness when you forgive. Forgiveness also suggests an act of openness to meet in the present moment freshly. That is, you understand, we're looking at our feelings, we're overlooking our feelings, we're putting the past at rest. Forgiveness involves being willing and able to respond to what happened in the present moment and not to react through the lens of anger or resentment. So we stop employing the present moment to correct the vindication, the validation, or the punishment of the past. You understand me? We release ourselves, we let it go. We come to terms with it. Like I said, we accept, we assess how we could have dealt with it, how things could have been, and then we had to make that choice ourselves to forgive and move forth. We have to make the choice. It's either you're gonna forgive, it's either you're gonna stuck on the past, let it continue plaguing you, let it continue to ride you until probably the day you die. Let it continue to haunt you, to annoy you, because it keeps playing over and over because you have not released it from your system. You have not let go. You have not learned to forgive. You have not learned to forgive yourself in order to forgive somebody else. You might say, what are you forgiving yourself for? Remember, it was a two-way stream. It wasn't a one-way stream. And I'm pretty sure at some point when you analyze and assess, you were a part of whatever happened, and you could have said, you know what? I could have dealt with it this type of way or done it in this type of way. So you might say, how? If you tell somebody something and you hear it back, well, you participated to tell that individual your business. You were involved. So beautiful people, have a blessed night, and thanks to each and every one who support, and always remember to put God first in everything that you do. be humble, be kind, and be blessed. So have a blessed night, guys. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, guys. Tell a friend, share, guys. Share the channel. Thank you so much, and have a good night.